Hey guys, welcome back to our mini series, When You Already Know. So far, we've talked about the whisper, your inner truth, and we talked about that gray zone, the exhausting in between space where you are holding two worlds at once. Today is the turning point because today we're talking about something that most high achieving women struggle with, often even without naming it. Okay, so today's episode is all about choosing yourself, what that actually means, why it feels so dang hard, where women get stuck, and how to begin choosing yourself in small, powerful ways. So, this is where that identity shift kind of starts to happen. Let's get into it. When Sarah and I were on our call after she unpacked the whisper and we named the gray zone she'd been sitting in, she took a deep breath and she said something that hit me right in my chest. She said, I just don't know how to choose myself without feeling guilty. And I swear, every single time a woman says this, my heart breaks a little because I know too many who have lived in this guilt for their entire lives. Choosing yourself is not natural for most high achieving women. And I say that obviously based on my own personal perspective. Okay. I know many high achieving women who have learned how to do this, but even they would tell you that it was not something that was natural for them at first. As women, it is common that our identity gets shaped around being responsible, capable, dependable, helpful, the strong one, the one who gives, like the one who keeps things steady. And somewhere along the way, choosing yourself not only became unfamiliar, but it actually became selfish. Let's name what is actually happening psychologically and emotionally here. Choosing yourself feels hard because it asks three things of you: to be honest about what you want, to trust that the desire is real, and to move forward. It mostly will require that you do that before you're even ready. Here's the other part that we don't talk about enough, but it's a real thing. Choosing yourself bumps into this quiet question of worthiness. Not, am I worthy of success or am I worthy of this dream, but like, am I even allowed to choose something that feels this good for my life? Something that might ask the world to adjust just a little so I can honor what's rising in me. That's the part that tends to make the stomach drop. That's the part that tends to make us hesitate. And it's not because the desire is wrong, but it's because we just don't often feel worthy of choosing ourselves. So when the moment comes to choose something for you, it's very normal and natural. Of course, your system panics. Again, not because the choice is wrong, but because the identity shift feels threatening, feels unfamiliar. Choosing yourself, it's not just about the decision, it's about who you become because of it. When you choose yourself, you're rewiring the rules of your life. You're stepping outside of the role that people maybe expect you to play. You are letting go of a version of you that others have relied on, and your brain is like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is different. Let's go back to familiar. No thanks. No thanks. So, this is why even the idea of choosing yourself can feel like things like, so how does this come up realistically, right? So, maybe it's, oh my gosh, what if I disappoint people? Or, well, I'm going to be judged. Or, maybe I'm being irresponsible, or I won't be taken seriously again, or I'm not even sure I deserve this. Notice how none of those are actual facts. Those are identity fears. When I left corporate, it wasn't just about leaving a job. It was about choosing myself without asking the world for permission. It was about saying, I want more, I need more, something bigger is calling me. And the moment that I did, the guilt rushed in. because choosing myself meant others might have to adjust. It meant that I wasn't the one holding everything together. It meant that my husband and my kids might have to ride some rough waves with me. It meant that people might judge my decision. It meant I might disappoint people. But the quiet truth underneath all of it was this, that choosing yourself is not selfish. It is stewarding the assignment God put on your life. I know that to be true. So let's break this down into something real and tangible for you to take away today. Choosing yourself doesn't always look like this big dramatic move. More often, I actually think it looks like saying, hey, I don't want to keep doing this. Or admitting things like, yeah, this chapter feels complete. Telling the truth about, I'm exhausted and something needs to shift. Taking actions with moves like, I'm investing in support because I can't keep doing this alone. Setting boundaries like, I can't keep carrying the emotional weight for everyone. Choosing yourself is a practice, not just a moment. So I want to take you back to that call that I was having with Sarah. During the call, there was this moment where Sarah's entire tone shifted. And she said, when I picture the thing I want, my body feels alive. But then the guilt comes in and I shut it down. My response, obviously, like lovingly, right, is like just helping us see and reframe that aliveness is not the problem. That the guilt is just noise, that the aliveness is the truth, and that the body knows. Guilt is learned, but desire is real. That desire is the whisper trying to pull you toward alignment. So here are three ways that you can start today. Nothing dramatic, nothing reckless, just small aligned shifts. All right. Number one, tell the truth to yourself. Say out loud what you actually want. Even just acknowledging it softens the fear. Number two, make one small decision in favor of your truth. Not the whole plan, not the big picture, not the huge, ginormous action it's going to take, leap it's going to take. Nope. Just one small aligned choice. And number three, release the guilt by reframing the story. Remember, you're taking from you're not taking from someone else, okay? And that's that whole worthiness thing, or the that's where the guilt is rooted in, okay? So remember, you're not taking from someone else, you're honoring actually what God is calling you towards. This is how that identity shift begins. One honest moment at a time. Whenever you feel stuck or guilty or pulled in two directions, just ask yourself, which voice is speaking right now? The voice of fear or the voice of truth? Because remember that fear demands justification while truth gives peace. Fear spirals while truth feels like grounded knowing. Fear is loud while truth is steady. Let the voice of truth win more often, just a little bit more often than fear, and that alone will change your life. If you are listening to this and you're thinking, oh man, this is me. I'm ready to choose myself, but I am scared. I want you to hear this. You do not need to have the whole plan. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to justify your desires to anyone. You just need to honor the whisper and take one aligned step towards it. Choosing yourself is not a luxury. It is alignment. It is integrity. It is courage. It's how you step into the life that God is actually calling you to live. And you are so ready for this work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be investing your time into spaces like listening to this podcast. If this episode felt like a mirror for your heart, I want you to check the show notes literally right now. Don't click on the next episode. Don't rate this. Don't nothing else. I want you to click on the show notes to the link to connect with me, okay? So I'm going to send you a simple tool and just help you practice choosing yourself in small, brave ways. And then we can chat about what steps for your future self may be asking you to choose. Next week, it's our final episode of the series. And so it's number 4 is going to be alignment and momentum. What happens when you actually finally say yes? So until next time, bye. Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. It means the world to me that you're here to ride in the struggle bus with me and that you're willing to consider different perspectives, tools, and techniques that just might provide a little bit of relief and get you one step closer to the abundance that is available and waiting for us all. I hope you take a moment to grant yourself some grace where you've been denying it, some love where you didn't realize maybe it was right in front of you, and some faith where you thought all was lost. If this episode had an impact on you, would you please share a comment with a review? I'd love to hear what landed for you, and it helps us get the word out to our fellow struggle bus riders. So please review what was impactful for you. Just know these episodes are a pure labor of love in a space where I'm growing alongside you. I'm evolving every day, and I look forward to all the ways and the things and the perspectives and opinions and choices that will change over the course of time in my own life, day to day. Until next time, just know that you are loved, you are divinely cared for, and in the struggle, the journey of this life really is beautiful. I'm glad that we're in it together. Cheers.